everyone. My name is Ravita Lawrence. I'm the Global Marketing Manager for Multipoint Group. I'm pleased to introduce you PRTG to the webinar audience. Today's topic is how to monitor your IT infrastructure with PRTG monitoring tools. Our agenda for today starts with a short presentation about Multipoint Group. Then Mr. Milovanov will continue to explain you about PRTG. In the meantime, feel free to ask questions in the chat box or write us an email. In the last part of the webinar, we will have time for Q&A and closing. So let's start. Multipoint Group is a value-added distributor. We work internationally. The company specializes in cybersecurity and threat intelligence solutions. We have an impressive portfolio, including protection, monitoring, and encryption. The company was established in 2009 by Ricardo Resnick, our CEO. Our headquarters is in Israel, and we work around the globe. The focus of our efforts is on three main areas. First one is cybersecurity, second one is network solutions, and the third one is professional services. Here we offer you professional services like training and consulting. We are unique in combining between people, service, and technology. This is something we are very proud in doing so. We distribute in many countries, just a short list of the countries we are working in. It's Greece, Cyprus, United Arab Emirates, Romania, Bulgaria, Singapore, Estonia, Poland, Malta, and Central Asia. We have a plan in 2024 to expand to even more regions, the same like we did in the last years. Here you can see only some of the vendors we distribute. I'm sure you can recognize most of the vendors, if not all of them. After giving you a glimpse explanation about Multipoint Group, I am pleased to hand over the throne to Mr. Milovanov from PRTG. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
So good morning, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We start our webinar on PRTG Extensions together with our partner in Israel, the company Multipoint. And my name is Slava, or there is also the longer name. I'm a regional manager for Eastern Europe and Middle East at PRTG. And I will lead you through today some news we have at PRTG. So I'll skip the typical introduction round. So many of you already know who we are and what we do. So we're the company called PRTG, based in Nuremberg, Germany, on the market since 1997, and delivering the world-class best product called PRTG. So PRTG is a monitoring tool, and I think there is no need to explain why monitoring, because you need to measure, inform, alert, analyze, and optimize your IT and IoT infrastructures. And the challenges, the modern challenges at today, is the hybrid nature of the environment which we meet in the modern company. So it's not IT or OT. In the majority of cases, it's a mixture of IT and IoT. In addition to that, you have a mixture of on-premises, cloud, provided services, and so on. And all of this you need to monitor, you need to keep an eye on all of this. So, and this is provided by PRTG. So you have one single pane of glass view, replacing to make big extent many different tools. And if you see with PRTG, you can monitor everything, because we cover with only one software different aspects of the modern IT infrastructure, such as storage, databases, network performance, applications, virtual environments, IoT and IoT, smart buildings, healthcare, physical security, physical sensoric, and many others. Only out of one single box. And for this, we're using a traditional protocols. So there is no exotic protocols or any agents to be used. So the PRTG is an all-rounder, covering all monitoring features in one solutions. And with PRTG, you have a central monitoring solution for small and mid-sized businesses. But of course, we have our version also for enterprises. And for this, you have a strong focus on usability, and instead of specialized tools, which are always also existing on the market, you have one generalist software using its flexibility, so providing you flexibility in your monitoring. So I will shortly explain a bit of PRTG main features. So starting here with monitoring the entire IT infrastructure, you have flexible alerting by using different transport protocols and means to deliver, like email push, HTTP request, scripts, Slack, Teams, and many others. You can maintain the distributed monitoring using the so-called remote probes. Again, we're not using any agents. So for this, we have a different technology. I'll show you the architecture in a second. We offer free of charge, included into the license, the high availability for a lower cluster, literally the second server for free. And with our easy to use and quick configurable software, you can auto-discover your network and start monitoring within just very few minutes, or depending on the size of your infrastructure, just within hours. And the PRTG has on board a data publishing unit, and you have a possibility to create custom dashboards which display the received information, received metrics in a real-time mode. So one solution for everything, as I said, just to summarize it. And there is also very nice flavor of PRTG. So our major bringer, our perpetual license, which is able to work offline, which makes us a very, very interesting vendor for governmental organizations, for defense, for healthcare, because PRTG is able to work without having a connection to internet. This is very important, and this makes us very well-known, very well-established monitoring software vendor in Israel, especially in particular. So, and you see here some brands, some names, some areas of a modern IT business, and this is where we are at the moment, with over 500,000 installations worldwide at the moment. So PRTG offers 3 different possibilities to access its installation. So typical and traditional way is using the browser, so via web interface. Or of course, we have an installable application for desktop for all operation systems. And following the trends, we're offering the apps for iOS and Android. So with this app, you can not only control and monitor your infrastructure, you can also receive the push messages. So, and a little bit of architecture. As you see, you can monitor your local network, you can monitor physically or virtually separated segments of your IT business by using the remote probes. And this remote probe is always located in the safe zone, so behind the firewall, where this remote probe is collecting information and then sending it over a single TCP port, TLS encrypted to the core server, which stores the information, responsible for alerts, visualization, and reports. Okay, so summarizing this, you monitor all systems, devices, traffic and applications, databases, voice over IP, CCTV, and many others. And just once more, this gathering of nice pictograms to show you what we can do with only one software, PRTG. So, and again, to notify, also very good visible. So the major use protocols and transport means to deliver the notifications. And of course, you don't need to have a master grade or doctor's degree to craft your own PRTG, to customize it. So we deliver building blocks to create your own aspects of monitoring within PRTG, and this within seconds. So you can use SNMP or WMI or database queries to create your own sensor to monitor, to create a specialized version of the sensor within PRTG. You can also use scripts and executables to create sensors based on those means. So again, it is accessible, it is usable by users without special knowledge. So you don't need to train your administrators for months in order to operate PRTG or to create your own sensors. Now, the actual subject of our webinar today. So we talk about portfolio of PRTG products and of course about extensions. And if you see this wonderful slide, so the Pessler is a company on top of everything. We are the monitoring experts, and we have here the one significant family we call Pessler PRTG, and we have here 3 different products. They all use the same engine. It is only about the place where PRTG is installed and the licensing. So we have your PRTG Network Monitor, which is a perpetual license, always includes 12 months of maintenance, and then you can extend this maintenance. This PRTG Network Monitor, this is our oldest product, and this can be used offline. So the next one is PRTG Hosted Monitor. This is where we install the PRTG core server for you in AWS Cloud, and there are different regions where you can use it. This version cannot be used offline because you need to have the connection to your core server. As I said, it is located in the cloud. Very comfortable for small, medium-sized businesses and for some dynamic businesses like startups or fast-moving businesses, because you can start and stop your subscription anytime within 1 month. This is very practical, and you don't need to maintain a server landscape on site. And the next and the largest version is PRTG Enterprise Monitor. This is the version with unlimited number of core servers. You can install them wherever you want, physical, so bare metal machine, virtualization layer. It could be also cloud. And this version also able to work offline, but this is not a perpetual license. This is also a subscription-based version, and it is designed for large and extremely large environments, starting from about 2,000 devices and applications. So translated into PRTG language, 20,000 sensors and higher. So in order to spice up the PRTG, we deliver some certain extensions. Why extensions? For example, one of the extensions, which is actually a standalone server, which we call OPC UA server, is an extension to operate as a translating unit between PRTG, which is located in a traditional IT environment, and the and the OT environment, operational technology environment, which utilizes, in this particular case, the OPC UA protocol. So the PRTG OPC UA server is translating the OPC UA based information, messages, and metrics to understandable language and sends it over to PRTG. Thus, you have a possibility with one product PRTG covering both aspects of your business, so say IT and OT, and this in very, very detailed form. So the next product or extension is the PRTG multiboard. We've seen before that one of the possibilities to control, to operate your PRTG is installable application. so for Windows, Linux, or macOS. And the PRTG multi-board is the further development of this application, of the desktop app. But in this case, the PRTG multi-board is targeting the customers with several core servers, because PRTG multi-board application is offering the possibility to maintain several core servers in one window. So you can display them one on top of the other. You can do certain operations, such as moving objects. The whole probe can be moved with the PRTG multi-board app between two servers, which is not possible to do with the classical PRTG interface. So that means with PRTG multi-board, you can operate multi-server environments, and this is another step to make monitoring within the large enterprise environments simpler, faster, comprehensive. So PRTG multi-board also gives you a possibility to create a sets, the configuration sets of sensors, for example, which are located cross core servers, not on single core servers. So for those who are already using PRTG, you can move objects within one core server without any problems, even in the browser window. But once you want to move something between two different core servers, you have a problem. So you need to backup, restore, and so on. There are some workarounds. PRTG multi-board app fixing this problem, fixing this issue, and delivers you additional comfort to work with multi-core environments. And then next three interesting products, the extensions which we recently published. So PRTG SLA Reporter, PRTG Data Exporter, and PRTG Database Observer. We will have a look into this three a little bit deeper in a minute. I just wanted to show you that we're offering now also some services: PRTG training, PRTG consulting, PRTG support, which is going to be split into several versions. So we are working on a bit deeper explanation now how to present it, and we deliver some IoT-related solutions: Pestler Irrigation Monitor, Pestler Air Quality Monitor, Pestler Building Monitor. Those three products are not being offered from the shelf, so it's not off-the-shelf products. These three IoT solutions are being sub-developed for every customer case. So that means if you have a requirement to monitor your irrigation systems, if your customer has a requirement to monitor the air quality, typical case, schools and the governmental systems, and you have a building monitor as a possibility to monitor the smart buildings, please talk to us. We will create a scope of supply and create a custom version for your needs. And the last but not least, very interesting point in new PRTG extensions of products is a product called Cubalon. Today, just a very, very quick sneak preview into Cubalon. We will have another webinar later this week. Please join us, because we will talk a lot more about Cubalon. We will have guys from Cubalon showing the live demo. In very short words, the Cubalon is a company we recently purchased. This product is, if you call it shortly, is a kind of BI for your IT. So business intelligence for all your IT aspects, means covering vulnerabilities, covering the systems, you're operating the system, so you, in your IT infrastructure. So listing out what you have, what you use, what you're not using, covering the dependencies in your network, covering for example, unused subscriptions, and many others. So this Cubalon exists in two versions: Ultimate, which is on-prem, and there is a cloud version. So stay tuned this week. We'll have a live webinar on Cubalon products together with one of the founders, and I think he's also a CEO. He will show us, and I'm also always happy to see it once more again, this wonderful software, the Cubular. Okay. So, and again, just to summarize the difference between PRTG Network Monitor, Enterprise Monitor, and a hosted version of PRTG Monitor. So PRTG Network is on-prem, perpetual, effective in all environments, can work offline. PRTG Enterprise Monitor is ideal for distributed monitoring in large networks, can be installed on-prem. It is subscription-based, unlimited number of servers, and it has a couple of enterprise features which are not belonging to other two package. And yes, between us, PRTG Enterprise can also work offline, but it needs you need to deliver a bit of statistics so we can calculate whether you underused or overused your sensors. And the last but not least, the very important flavor of PRTG is the hosted monitor, where you leave the hosting to us. It is absolutely 100% cloud-based. It is subscription-based, very flexible, and it is a favorite of MCPs, as MCPs, monitoring service providers, are hanging in a network, in a worldwide network anyway. And this is the variety you can choose from. So the difference between can be found on our website. So I don't want to go any deeper into difference because I already mentioned this a couple of times. Of course, you have some pros and contras for one or another version. And if the enterprise monitor is an overkill for your customer, of course, for your customer, then of course you can go with the network monitor. If you don't want to invest and make a capital investment, you can always go to PRTG Hosted or PRTG Enterprise, because PRTG Network Monitor is a CAPEX version, and PRTG Enterprise and the Hosted are both OPEX-based versions. So architectural setup, just to show the difference. Classical PRTG Network, on-prem, virtual or physical machine. Hosted is always in AWS, and PRTG Enterprise can be a combination of both if you want to. So we have several hosting regions. So a customer can decide to go for one which is close or more practical or more secure to him, and we have a possibility to switch between the regions in a hosted console. Now to PRTG extensions. And we will start with those two. PRTG OPC UA server, designed to consolidate your IT and OT views. So with this, you can get an overview of your OT network in your supervisory and control systems. And the second one is PRTG multiboard. I'll go a little bit deeper. This is a native application, again, exclusively for PRTG Enterprise Monitor that provides you with an enterprise overview of multiple PRTG servers. This is official formula. Okay, PRTG OPC UA server. So this is our significant step into IT-OT convergence, because for OT monitoring, in the majority of cases, you need to use the proprietary software delivered by, say, Siemens, B&R, or ABB, or whatever. It is not cheap, this software. It is complicated. It needs a especially educated employees, colleagues to work with this. And of course, it doesn't deliver much comprehensive view. And of course, another disadvantage that you need a special piece of software. So a typical situation. So you have somewhere in the IT area of your manufacturing site, a PRTG network monitor, and you have your control system, which controls the machines, the actual production line. Yeah. And these are two worlds, and PRTG can control both of them by using this extension, PRTG OPC UA server. So because it enables the interconnection between MES, so MES, and many other systems, and translates it in the language understandable by PRTG network monitor or other versions of this, thus also making it more comprehensible, more quick accessible and understandable for non-OT professionals, say. Typical use case, monitoring data from network components and IoT in one. So bringing the data from devices that do not use industrial components, like firewall switches, routers, and so on. And then visualize the data on truly convergent dashboards, typical feature of PRTG, so nothing new here for you. Create dashboards, which will then include not only IT components, but also OT components. Thus, you will be able to give the teams an overview of the entire factory floor and its supporting infrastructure with only one piece of software. And of course, a typical flavor of PRTG, receiving the centralized alarms and notifications, divided by teams, shifts, and many others. And this will then include also the OT teams. So we go to PRTG multiboard, already explained how it works. So it's an installable piece of software which is able to operate several core servers. And this is also including the hosted version, because the hosted version of PRTG is the same core server, just located in AWS cloud. So again, Windows and macOS supported Linux software. The software is running on a local machine. So we it can operate with deployment tools in the industry, so for rolling out automatically and so on, but we did not package it. So we need only one account per server, and any kind of PRTG instance can be added. So PRTG perpetual, PRTG hosted, PRTG enterprise. So you will activate the software once, and then you can go offline and use offline afterwards. So feature set once more together. So quick one-stop overview of the whole PRTG in one window, multi-board dashboard, multi-board details. You have access to all PRTG servers and their devices, multi-board overview without opening many tabs in your browser. And you can move PRTG probes between servers, probe transfer. And you can compare PRTG configuration files. So compare one server with the other. This is the called configuration viewer feature. Do not forget that this software is very young, and we continue adding features and functions one after the other. So the scope of supply is growing. And this is how it looks like. You see, this already new look and feel. Just between us, this is how new UI is gonna look like. So we're gonna release a new UI in 2024, also for PRTG network monitor, and this is the look and feel already. So a nice preview, and of course, multi-board overview. You see, it's not a typical hierarchy which we used to see in PRTG network monitor, where you have core server and the probes below, probes, groups, and so on. You see here already in the window that we have several core servers in one window. So you see, you get a better overview. And of course, the details, typical look and feel of PRTG. But again, in this case, you can gather the components to be shown in one window from many PRTG core servers. And then our new members, the members in PRTG product family, the extensions which were formerly known as plugins from the company called Corp IT, which we recently purchased. And those extensions, what a nice wordplay, decide to extend PRTG functionality for many different use cases. And this is available for all PRTG, Vessel PRTG versions with no separate invoices, so we can include it into the license. And those three, please welcome PRTG SLA Reporter, PRTG Data Exporter, and PRTG Database Observer. Let's start with PRTG SLA Reporter. Why? Why PRTG SLA Reporter? But I think all of you already know the answer. PRTG didn't support the actual SLA function. So for those who has a SLA responsibility against customers or against internal departments, have difficulties to prove the effectiveness of PRTG by saying, so we have this downtime or we have this MTBF and so on. And the enterprise version of PRTG includes the third-party software called IT OpsPort, but this is again a bit heavier, so it requires a second server for this, and not all of us are using PRTG Enterprise. So this PRTG SLA reporter again works with any version of PRTG, and with this, PRTG can offer now a granular service level agreement reporting out of the box. So this SLA report is able to generate SLA reports in a comprehensible way, configurable freely, and it lets you see whether you've met your SLAs based on PRTG status data. And thus you can inform your stakeholders on achievement, underachievement, overachievement. You have some pre-configured reports available, so you don't have to invent something new. And here, attention, in not as unlike PRTG, the PRTG SLA reporter stores the data obtained from PRTG not in PRTG own database, which is proprietary. It is stored and accessible in Microsoft SQL for own reporting tools. So you can then also use this information further. And this is, of course, a great approach because at the moment, PRTG uses its own database. And yes, you could use API to extract something. But again, for further analytics, the MS SQL, of course, better one. So that's the difference. And you see typical PRTG look and feel. Some examples, screenshots of reports and SLA graphs. So this PRTG SLA reporter focuses on historical status data only, no real-time data. For this, please use historical data report in PRTG. And of course, the most important KPI is uptime. Uptime is, of course, always a statistical value, so there are no real-time metrics here because Microsoft SQL is not a real-time database also. So in the customer profile here is a service provider who needs reporting beyond PRTG standard reports, or any other customer with SLA reporting needs, customers with multiple PRTG servers, customers with needs for detailed report customizing. So again, way beyond what PRTG delivers out of the box. Again, for some of the customers could be overkill, so there is no need to use it, but we have plenty of requests, and I think you will have also any for providing the SLA functionality, and this is now being offered immediately from now on, can be obtained as a trial, and then of course purchase via one of our partners. Next one, PRTG Data Exporter. Interesting one, also was born on request from many different customers. And this PRTG Data Exporter closes this gap between the current database of PRTG, which is proprietary again, very quick, real-time, yes, but by no means compatible with typical database queries. And this PRTG Data Exporter is a desktop application that allows you to collect monitoring data out of your PRTG installation into your RDBMS database. You can freely define what groups, devices, and sensor data you are interested in, and for what time period you want to extract the data from PRTG installation. So then you will receive the PRTG monitoring data in a standard database format. I say standard, this is what we all used to see when we work with SQL, with Postgres, with Oracle, and so on. And this can be combined with other sources. That means you're injecting the data from PRTG in one database and adding maybe some other aspects from other data sources, having then a very flexible database you can use for further analytics. interesting feature. This PRTG database exporter doesn't sit on one installation. It can export the data from multiple PRTG server in one database. And that provides you the access for external tools directly via database. No API needed in this case. So unlike PRTG native. And again, here also similar look and feel, typical PRTG with PRTG symbols. So it used to be called Data Pump, but we provided a bit nicer name. So now it calls PRTG Data Exporter. So who is the customer? Who's the focus auditorium for this PRTG Data Exporter extension? This extension focuses on historical data, detailed metrics, not status only, compared to other extension, and of course, current metrics, no status information, just a bold information from PRTG. And the typical customer for this, any customer who wants to create more value out of their PRTG monitoring data by using analysis and reporting tools. So the problem is solved. You can pump up PRTG data in a very standard database and then use it for further analytics and so on. And the next one is PRTG Database Observer. Interesting though, because all of you know PRTG is able to monitor databases out of the box, but this Database Observer extension brings you to the extremely high level. This extends the PRTG native database monitoring capacities and adds a support for new database types. So you can monitor the health and performance of your database systems as well as your business KPIs in absolutely new depth. And so you can provide with this extension the detailed monitoring of databases, and that includes in addition to Microsoft SQL, Microsoft and Oracle DB, and access to SAP HANA, MySQL, IBM DB2, SAP, SAP MaxDB, and so on. That means you can cover way more of database landscape with PRTG Database Observer. Again, for some of customers, the out-of-the-box functionality, out-of-the-box features to monitor databases by PRTG could be enough, but we still have a large number of customers who would like to use deeper monitoring, deeper insights into the database, and this you can do with the PRTG Database Observer. Again, available as a trial. So this extension is focusing on detailed monitoring of popular RDBMS. It is simple execution of database queries. Again, predefined queries also available from database experts. I mean, you have a long list of predefined requests, so you don't have to invent something new. And you can manage and test the databases queries in a dedicated Windows desktop application. And the customer would definitely love to use it is any customer with databases which create a fundamental importance of the business. So the databases, if the database is crucial for your business, then the database observer is very important and useful tool for you. Or any other customer that need detailed database expertise, again, without opening any additional tool. So again, out of PRTG, and of course, any enterprise. Great. So that was the software extension. Very short information on our PRTG services. So what we do, what we provide. So PRTG training, typical. We just made a little bit better lineup. So how to make you monitoring expert. We offer PRTG consulting. So actually, we expect and we love our partners doing this monitoring expertise for us in your region. But if you don't go any further, or your partner don't go any further, please talk to us. We can offer you PRTG consulting on architecture, on scripting, on dashboarding, and many others. And the usual PRTG support. At the moment, again, everything via email, 24/7 via email, but we're opting slowly, but definitely towards sometime later this 2024 into telephone support. So some selected customers with a certain PRTG support packages will enjoy a direct contact by our professionals. So, and just a very quick jump through the use cases, and we're ready for today. So one example I really love is the Windcore. This is the company which places their data centers in the wind turbines. And we have roughly over 180 wind turbines in Germany, which already including the data centers in their fundament, in the basement. And this company provides a clean electricity to operate data center and PRTG monitors the infrastructure of each Windcore data center, like cloud services, camera systems, power distribution units, and air conditioning units. So we literally put the data center into the basement of the wind turbine, and PRTG sits in in each of these 180 data centers and helps to monitor this, saving long wait, delivering electricity somewhere, having a good overview what's happening there. So Siemens, one of our largest customers, they monitor the industrial automation data center, IADC. This is individually configured data center for on-site use in manufacturing. So absolutely customized projects for every customer. So as you know, Siemens doesn't deliver much out of the shelf. So almost every project by Siemens is a custom project, and PRTG helps monitoring all components in this industrial automation data center and provides a holistic overview in the real time, as we know. And there is a certain set of real-time overview maps delivered with this installation. So Leiden University Medical Center, typical use case for healthcare monitoring, because PRTG is able to monitor the HL7 and DICOM out of the box, which is very important. Also for Israel. Israel has a very strong hospital infrastructure, and Israel is very strong in modern, absolutely modern and progressive healthcare technologies. So this Leiden University Medical Center has switched to PRTG to make sure that patients receive the absolute 100% care, and PRTG monitors different departments, so IT, but in addition to that, medical equipment like radiology, CT, MRIs, and HIX environment with 24/7 based on various sensor. I like this one really much. So SMS Group is a typical OT monitoring case, plant engineering for the metal industry, and there PRTG monitors IT, IoT to understand overarching relationships and solve complex issues, because in this case, OT and IT is molten together. So with PRTG, you have numerous default settings very easily configured, and SMS in enterprise customer. So Aquafin is a purifying company purifying domestic wastewater, and we're really proud to have PRTG there monitoring over 6,000 locations, server parks, networks, and everything is being monitored like LAN1 websites, cloud services, virtualization environments, server switches, routers, and application. It's really absolutely useful application, and Aquafin, we're really proud to have them as a customer. And one last one is a Rexroth. This is our global partner, and they support mechanical plants around the world. In this case, PRTG is used to monitor the typical industry 4.0 environment, so without disclosing too much details. So, and last but not least, just a reminder, PRTG has a well-established alliance ecosystem. So we join our forces with our beloved partners to cover the regions of IT, OT monitoring and infrastructures where we cannot be an absolute expert. We cannot deliver the absolute expertise everywhere. So we actually are the monitoring company, and this is the short refresher. How many well-known partners do we have? And if you see this logo here, you can be sure that PRTG interoperates with any of this hardware or application, absolutely 100% compatibly. And thus, I would like to say thank you very much. We'll see you hopefully this week on our Pesla and Kubalon webinar. Thank you very much and take care.